official owner of the SPVs that control ACC and Ambuja. India's February trade data once again shows that the country is likely to post a current account surplus this quarter. February services exports are up 37%. Latha's here with the numbers. Latha, good news on the services front.
Yes, it may be banking gloom all over, but India's macros, especially on the external front, are looking very good after the announcement of the February trade data. You know, goods plus services, if you add the imports and deduct the exports, the deficit comes to as low as $2.83 billion. This is down from $9.5 billion in the same month, February of 2022. Actually, in 2023, if you take Jan and Feb also, the average goods plus services deficit comes to just $2 billion, whereas if you took the average of 2022 every month, the deficit was $13.7 billion. To that extent, it has come down, and that's largely because India's services exports are doing very well. For instance, in February itself, the services exports, the services trade surplus, exports minus imports, is standing at $14.6 billion, which is 76% higher than what it was in the same month last year. And that was the services surplus. If you only took services exports, they are up 37% from what they were in the previous February. This February, they stand at over $29 billion. The goods part is still a bigger deficit. The goods trade deficit has come in at $17.4 billion, but this is still lower than the $18.7 billion year ago February, and even last month it was 17.7, a little more. Actually, the entire goods trade deficit also in February is a good 30% lower than what it was averaging April to December 2022. So Jan and Feb data, basically trade goods plus services, is removing all concerns about a large current account deficit and therefore pressure on the rupee. The separate important landmark, services exports plus goods exports only for the first 11 months are going to cross $700 billion. Remember, the government's target is $750 billion for the full year. We look likely to reach it very comfortably.
Latha, many thanks for joining us. The good news coming in there.